All right, so someone sent me this tier list recently, and I figured I'd record it, send it out to a few people because I want their feedback, see if they agree that I could win as many of these fights as I think that I could. And personally, I think I'd do very well against most of these animals. So let's kind of give it a go through. Couple rules up front. There are 7 tiers. I would paint the walls in their blood. They'd get a few hits in, but I would ultimately win. It would be a close one, but I'd win. 50-50. Close one, but I'd lose. I'd get a few hits in, but I'd lose. And I would get torn to fucking shreds. And in all of these situations, it is a one-on-one. The animal knows that we're fighting. And just to give myself a little bit of a benefit against these bigger guys, I'm giving myself a pair of brass knuckles that I can use in these fights. So just kind of right off the bat, we get started with a lobster. I have killed a lobster before. I would do it again. They developed a thick shell to protect themselves against fish. I am not a fish. I would destroy this lobster. Dead. Now we got a zebra. The thing is with the zebra, I can't really conceive of a way in which I could kill it, but I don't know how it would kill me. Because at the end of the day, it's just a stripy horse. The only thing I think I could do is if I got behind it and got on its back, I could put it into like a chokehold. But I don't know if my arms are strong enough to choke out a zebra. I think at the end of the day, it would be a close one. I think I would ultimately lose. I don't think I have the force behind my punch to knock out a zebra. Okay. And up next is a mouse. You are small, I am large. I would destroy you. And a deer is just kind of like a zebra with antlers. But for some reason, I feel like I could take a deer better than I could take a zebra. They're probably smaller, and I feel like I could knock a deer out with a punch, whereas I could not with a zebra. So I'm going to say, depending on the ferocity of the deer, it would be a close one, but I could take it 100%. Following the same rules as earlier, iguanas are small and I am large. You would be destroyed. Squids, they are squishy and weird and they live in the ocean. It's hard to imagine that it would tear me to shreds, but I think I would drown prior to being able to kill the squid. If we were fighting on land, the squid is dead, but I want to give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't think brass knuckles would help me underwater. So I don't even think I'd get any hits in, man. Water's thick. So yeah, I mean, this squid would ultimately get me, I think. Now a bear, I know what you're thinking, that I would get torn to fucking shreds. And I might agree with you, but I think 1 out of 100 times I could kill the bear. I think I could dodge the claw, punch it in the face, and while it's dazed, I could deliver a devastating kick to its windpipe and it would just crumple to the ground. I think 1 in 100 times that is a legitimate possibility. But okay, ultimately it would probably tear me to shreds. I just want everyone to know that 1 out of 100 times I would destroy that bear. And I would do it incredibly fashionably. A hippo would kill me. They are big and I hate them and they're spooky. A sea turtle, once again, it's the issue of like, how do I kill a sea turtle? But how does it kill me with his little baby flippers? It's kind of like a stalemate. And once again, it's a situation where I would probably drown prior to being able to kill it. So in terms of like a war of attrition, I think the turtle would get me. But I think there's an equal chance that I could like grab the turtle and drag it to shore and then just beat it to death with my fists. I think that's a legitimate possibility. So I'm going to go 50-50. It really depends on whether or not I can drag the turtle out of the water. A tiger would probably kill me. I think I'd get in a couple hits. I think I could punch a tiger. It wouldn't care. but I could get a punch in. I don't know how respectable it would be, but I'm pretty sure I could get one hit in. Hmm. One-on-one with a wolf is another tough one. Well, not as tough as one might think, though. It's another situation where I think if you can get a punch on a wolf, it's kind of just going to whimper and fall on the ground. Because what's it going to do realistically? It's going to bite you, right? And it's going to hurt and you're going to bleed a lot. But while it's biting you, you can just you got one hand free. It's only got one mouth. So as long as I got one fist with brass knuckles on it free, I think it's a legitimate. I think it's a legitimate. You know what? I think it would be a close one. I think I would win against a wolf. Just one wolf against me? I think absolutely. A parrot, you are small, I am large. In a one-on-one fight, you are dead. A Komodo dragon. This is a literal dinosaur. They are made of armor. They are gigantic. They have giant teeth, huge PSI biting force, and they're hyper poisonous. I watched a video once of these motherfuckers taking down a water buffalo, dude. It was insane. Lions. I think they go right alongside tigers because they're basically tigers at the end of the day, just big cats. I would put lion, I'm more likely to beat than a tiger, just because I think male lions are kind of little wimps. The females are the ones that do the hunting. If it was a female, I'd get torn to shreds. A male lion, I would still die. I could get some hits in. A bald eagle, they got talons and they're big and they have a beak, but at the end of the day, they're still a bird. And I could punch a bird out of the air. I don't think they're that fast. What could possibly be the top speed of an eagle? 20 miles per hour? It's just like that's nothing. Yeah, I could take an eagle. I think he'd bite me, maybe scratch me. I could take an eagle. This is a rhino. I have no illusions as to my ability to kill a rhino. It would destroy me, no contest. Little bird, especially this little bird, he looks like he gets bullied by other birds. He stands no chance. He is small. A panda bear. So here's the thing with a panda is I thought about this recently. And at the end of the day, they are bears. They're big, they're strong. I think if the panda didn't know we were fighting, I would stand a chance, but per the rules I set up, he knows we're fighting. And he's got the will to live. And his will to live is backed up by a ton of muscle and size and claws and teeth. A panda would kill me. Yeah, a panda would kill me. Ferret, I will destroy you. You are tiny, and I would pull you apart like a slinky, much like the dog from Toy Story 2. Gorilla would kill me. They are big. Here's this monkey here. I know it's still like a great ape or whatever, but he's the one that you always see in movies that's like really chill and relaxed. You know, he was the one in Planet of the Apes that kept saying like, "Oh, maybe we should give peace a chance." I think if it came down to it, he'd still kill me. He wouldn't be happy about it though. He'd have some remorse afterwards, but I think in a 1v1 I would be destroyed. I can't really see what this animal is. It kind of looks like a deer. Maybe like an alpaca or a llama. All I'm seeing there is a deer with no antlers, and that would be destroyed because that's all the deer has going for it is a pair of antlers. It's got nothing else. If past that point, it's just like a big rodent, easy to destroy, much like this mouse up here. A shark would kill me. I'm terrified of the ocean. Even if it couldn't kill me, I would drown because we are underwater, and I am not a fish. Elephants are big. They are rhinos, except they have big noses, and the spikes are in a different place. This snake, it looks like a pit viper, which means it's venomous. I think this is a definitive 50-50. Because here's what's going to happen. The snake is going to bite me, which means I have a limited period of time before I die. I don't think they're that poisonous, but let's assume that they are. It bites me. I have X amount of time before I die, and in that period of time, I would step on the snake and shatter its spine. So it's mutually assured destruction. If it bites me, it's going to die. 50-50. Yeah. If there was a draw option, that's what I would choose, but I think 50-50 is the best option. Starfish are kind of fucked up because if you rip apart a starfish, it just becomes more starfish. And I think it would get to the point where I would rip it up enough and there would be enough starfish that they could overwhelm me. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I think just based on that fact that they can continue to it wouldn't be quick. They wouldn't beat me right away. It would probably take months for them to accumulate enough starfish to destroy me. But I think their ability to replicate it ultimately outweighs my ability to keep ripping starfish into multiple pieces. So I'd get a few hits in, but I would lose. Okay, let's see. Alligator would destroy me. They are dinosaurs and not fun ones like Triceratops and Stegosauruses. They are scary. I hate horses. I hate them so much. A horse would probably kill. I think it would be close, much like the noble zebra. Because if you punch a horse in the face, it's going to be confused. Also, they got knobbly knees. So if I could land like a running drop kick directly into a horse's knee, he would crumple and he would stand no chance. As soon as they're on the ground, I win. So I'm going to put it in 50-50. It really depends on whether I can land that initial drop kick. But I think I would have a chance. Yeah, horses are dumb too. I think he couldn't dodge it because they don't have a lot of horizontal mobility. They're kind of like a straightforward individual. Yeah. 50-50. Cheetahs, I would destroy them. I think maybe they'd be able to bite me, but ultimately a cheetah would stand no chance. They're wiry, anxious little babies. Nemo, he lives in an anemone. I'm going to say he'd get a few hits in, mainly because I'd have to reach into the anemone to get him. And I'm going to consider the anemone to be a part of fighting a clownfish. But I would win, obviously. A cat? Cats are easy to kill. You know what? He probably would scratch and bite me as I was punching it to death. So you get to go in this tier, but yeah, I could destroy a cat. Octopi, much like the noble squid, would probably rip me to pieces because I'm terrified of the ocean and would be too busy panicking and drowning to accomplish any sort of victory against the octopus. Plus, they're slimy. Like, how do you even grab onto an octopus? Yeah, I would stand no chance. The crab, you will be destroyed, much like the lobster. You're like a lobster, except you're way less cool. Dog, 50-50. I have been bitten by a dog. It fucking hurts. So it really depends on the dog. If you put me up against a Rottweiler, I stand a no chance at all. If you put me up against the puppy in this image, I'm going to stomp that puppy into the ground, no contest. So it depends. It depends. Peacocks, you are a bird. You have a long neck. It is a lot of real estate for me to grab and choke you out. I think it would be very easy. Because what are they going to do? Jump at me? He might get a scratch in, but I'm not even going to give him that much credit. I think I could grab him by that long ass neck and destroy him prior to him getting any hits off. This is a sheep? Sheep is tough. No, it's not tough. Because what are they going to do? This sheep doesn't even have horns. It's just like a fluffy boy. He could run at me. But, you know, if you punch a sheep, it's going down. Yeah. I don't even think he'd get a hit in. I think he's up here with the peacock. A goose is just a less pretty peacock. Actually, that's a swan. Same thing. I would still choke it out. It stands no chance. An owl. I think if the setting was different, the owl would have me. Because if it's like nighttime and he's playing dirty like guerrilla warfare, and he like swoops in from behind and I can't hear him because they're silent predators, he might he might get some good hits on me. But here's the thing, even if he blinds me with his talons, all you have to do is grab it once. If you land one hit on an owl, that thing's he's done. He's gonna hit the ground and he ain't getting back up. So I think he would land some hits. I think ultimately he would be destroyed. A whale. It's another one of those situations where I see no situation in which I could kill a whale, but at the same time, I don't know how a whale would kill me. The way I would kill it is if I got lodged in its blowhole and it choked to death, but that would be mutually assured destruction. And if it swallowed me, I would most certainly die, but I would be kicking and screaming on the way down. So he'd have a bruised esophagus, and his gut probably wouldn't be too happy. I'd lose. I would lose against a whale. I think it's closer than one might think, but I would ultimately lose. We're running into that same situation with a seal. Like, how could I cannot kill a seal. They're too blubbery. My brass knuckles will bounce off of them. But what is a seal gonna do against me? Like if we're on an iceberg together, it's just gonna flop towards me, and I'm gonna punch the seal, and he's gonna whack me, and it's gonna be a back and forth forever. I think it's just a war of attrition. It's like who gets tired first, and then once someone falls asleep, you know, you deliver some devastating punches. I think it's a 50-50 against a seal. This is a duck. You are smaller than a swan and thus will be destroyed even more easily. This is a cow. I don't know how I kill a cow. They're huge and they're big. They got a lot of meat on them. 50-50. I think it's another war of attrition. Who's going to get more tired first? Oh, but at the same time, no, you know what? It is right with horse. Because this the running drop kick to the knee again. If you can land that drop kick, the cow goes down and then he stands no chance because I am above and he is below. A dolphin would kill me. Definitely, a dolphin would kill me. And this is a goat. It is a sheep with horns, so it goes above sheep. It has to. I think it would land a hit, but ultimately this man is dead as a doornail. So I'd say this is my definitive list. There's a lot of animals that would tear me to shreds, but I think there are a lot of animals that I could take. It would be close. The wolf would be a tough one. I would ultimately succeed. The cheetah would be easy. This mouse and this lobster, they got nothing on me. I think tiger and lion would be closer than most people think. And there's definitely a scenario in which I could kill this bear. Whether people think so or otherwise, I do believe that I could. But I think this list is pretty good. I think I agree with everything that I've put here. Perfect. I stand by it.